there, welcome to this edition of Real or Rumor.
Okay.
I was just telling Amy to tell me more about this time she spent this weekend at CU Boulder.
Yeah, it was the at Colorado University down in Boulder, and it was the statewide honor band.
Okay.
And so, just for those who don't know about it, which it kind of is what it is. Basically, the kids submit their part, they audition, and it's judged, and then of course they decide who is able to get into the honor band or qualifies for that. And of course they have limited number of seats for these kids. Chase,
Your
worked his little
oldest.
Katukas off. Can I say Katukas? Katukas off,
You
and
just did.
I know, and he got in, and he plays the flute, and so he spent all day Friday, most of the day Friday, and then all day Saturday. Practicing and practicing, and then of course Saturday night was the
Big concert.
Yeah, amazing,
I'm
absolutely
sure.
amazing. It was middle school and high school. They had them separated, and they were learning different songs. And of course, the night of the concert, we got to hear both groups. But just amazing what they can get,
I know,
what they can get
I can
middle
imagine.
schoolers to do.
Yes.
I mean, just in a couple of days' time. And of course, they had the music beforehand that they could practice a little bit. But I have to say, it sounds a little weird. When you're just hearing one part of a song and you don't hear the rest of it, you're like, what in the world?
But then when it comes together, it's incredible.
It comes together, absolutely incredible, and just really, really impressed with the quality. Colorado's doing great. We've got some great musicians out there.
And it sounded like we had other students from the Greeley area.
Right. Chase was the only one from Heath that made it. And then Brentwood, they have a great music program there. They had three kids that made it in there.
That's amazing.
And
so that's awesome news for School District 6 to have four students.
That's right.
Make it to honor band. That's incredible.
They did a great job, and the kids were very professional. And I was telling you beforehand that at lunchtime they had an hour for lunch. But about halfway into that, they all started meandering back to their chairs and started playing again.
Well, they have such a different discipline, I think, that they're so focused and so disciplined about it that they're just ready to get right back to it.
Well,
which is why they're there to start with, right?
But they had brought in directors, conductors. The gentlemen that were there for the high school and the middle school was actually a father and a son. And they had both done their PhDs at Colorado University at CU. So it was kind of interesting to have them come back home per se and to teach these kids in Colorado, and they did a great job. And just the staff there, they were so friendly and trying to help the kids out and make sure it was the best concert it could be, and it was great.
Well, you just let Chase know how proud we are of him.
I will do that. He's a good kid.
Good, very good. Yeah. Well, we're going to move on to our rumor for the day, Amy. The rumor that we are talking about today is that the city of Greeley isn't doing anything to improve the image of our community.
Oh, that city of Greeley.
I know.
They never do anything.
Of course, we know. We know this one's total rumor, right?
It's total rumor. I mean,
Tell us about the exciting things you guys are doing.
Yeah, working in the Public Information Office, there's been a lot of activity in our department, especially our Public Information Officer, John, and just so much going on around this. And so this is a great topic to kind of give people an idea of what's happening up to this point and what they're going to be seeing. So, Greeley's always kind of had a little bit of an image problem, if you want to call it that, for a while.
Sometimes that was self-inflicted.
Yeah, sometimes from our very own selves, from our residents, but sometimes from outside. People would throw out those rumors, and it would just keep on going. So today we're going to dispel that just a little bit, some of those rumors. So what they have done in the past is we did some surveys. The Chamber of Commerce did a survey as well as the city, and they covered a little bit different areas, but there were some of the questions that actually were kind of similar. And so we could look at the data and go, you know what, we got the same results, really. We're getting the same answers and the same responses on these particular areas. And those were done around 2007 was the first ones, and then we also have done that in 2012. So fairly recent, just this last year, that we did that, and asking people what they think of Greeley. So in response to those surveys, Council took a look at that information that we got back, and decided, you know what, we're going to start putting some resources towards this. So resources basically is money.
Right.
To start going out and trying to change that trend, to change that image. An image is actually one of, or Greeley's image is one of their priorities. There's 4 that the council has, and that happens to be one of them.
For 2013.
So it's perfect.
Yes.
So the idea is that they're going to implement an image campaign, and the idea is to change the perceptions about Greeley. We're not necessarily trying to change everything, but a lot of stuff out there, and what we do today is about perception.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, it is.
And so we're trying to change the perception of residents, of people in other communities, visitors, as well as the media. That can be one of the toughest ones. They play a huge part.
You bet.
In what people think about a community, or how they perceive, and you use that word perception again, how they perceive a community.
Right.
So trying to work with them as well. So using that survey data and also getting some public input. Oh my goodness, input.
I knew
it's not an input. We involve groups such as Chamber of Commerce, Visit Greeley, which used to be the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Correct.
So now it's called Visit Greeley. UNC and various businesses and residents. There was a marketing initiative partnership.
Great.
That got together and built some key messages. And then, of course, based off those key messages, they came up with some different concepts of what that image campaign could look like. And these concepts were all over the board.
I'm sure they were, with everybody working together.
Oh yeah, different looks, different feels. It was just
different ideas.
It was just completely different ideas, which was wonderful because you want to have that mix. You don't want to have it all end up being the same thing and then go, oh, that's not really what we want.
Right.
So it was good. It was very good. And then what we did is we took those concepts and we had some different focus groups, as well as involving the UNC students. They had an online version of it to where they could go on and look at it and give their opinion. So getting a mix of people. One concept kind of shown above the rest. And so what they're doing is, through that concept, they're focusing on the positive people and personalities of Greeley.
Okay.
It's probably the best. That's a lot of P's.
Well, yeah.
Perception, positive, but yeah, we're really, it's kind of focused more on
kind of those people who've chosen to be here, even though they could be anywhere.
That's right. And it's also about the surprising things that are in Greeley. It could be people, but it could also be places or events, but really trying to let people know what is kind of unique and surprising about Greeley that they just didn't know. They have their perceptions, they have their assumptions.
You bet.
We're trying to tweak that a little bit and saying, hey, did you know we have this? Or that this person is here and they choose to be here because it's such a great community. Right. Kind of gives you the gist of it.
You bet.
So what they're going to do is we're going to keep working on that campaign. And what the partnership team is asking now is for residents and for folks who are out there to start bragging about Greeley a little bit and talking about these positive things that we were just mentioning. But we're also asking them to let us know.
Share that with us.
Because there's so many things that we don't know about. I mean, we're the city of Greeley. We see a lot of stuff. There's so many things we don't know about or we weren't aware of. For instance, one of the things we just found out about is Greeley has the only indoor BMX training facility in the state.
Right.
The only one.
Yeah.
That completely
How many of us know
me.
that?
Yeah. And so we have professional racers, BMX racers, who are coming to Greeley
to train,
to do their training.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, maybe not everybody's into BMX, but that's a huge deal to know that they're coming to our facility. Here. No idea. No idea. Another one that kind of maybe will give some folks some ideas of people they could think about, Connie Willis. You may have heard about her.
I have.
She is a award-winning, multiple award-winning science fiction writer.
Right.
She's here in Greeley.
Yeah, she chooses to make her home here.
This is the place to be. It's Starbucks. Apparently it's Starbucks.
Right.
And so, you know, there's just all these things that are out there that people just don't know about. And we want to let others know about it, what they're missing out on.
And we want you to tell us about people, neighbors, people you've encountered.
That's right.
Like that.
That's right. So what we're asking folks to do, what we're asking our viewers to do, is to go to greeleygov.com.
Right.
Up at the top, there's a carousel, kind of rotates through. There will be a link there that people can click on. We'll take them to another web page, SurveyMonkey. Who came up with that? SurveyMonkey. Anyway, and that is a place for you to type in those ideas or those people.
And then just submit them directly to you guys.
That's right, and it will come to us, and then we'll take that and we'll see where it goes from there, and the campaign will just kind of build. Before we wrap up, I just want to mention there is a campaign kickoff. So this is coming up actually very soon.
In May.
It'll be May 24th. Yes. It's the first Friday Fest in downtown, the first Go Cup night.
Yes.
So this will be a great opportunity for folks to come down, see what that campaign concept ended up being.
Hear more about
it. Just get pumped about warmer weather and spring and summer being here, and all the great people we have and events like Friday Fest that are happening in our city. So mark your calendars, May 24th, downtown. It'll be a great night for everybody.
On those ideas, Amy, I guess I just want to say too, if it's easier for you to make a phone call to City Hall and give us just names and a little bit of information, I just want folks to know that they can call us too.
Absolutely. I would say probably direct folks to our Public Information Officer, which is John, and his number is 350-9702.
Right.
And we'll take all of those that we can get, and we'll see which ones are actually put into the concept. And even if they're not chosen to be on our campaign, you'll have to start looking around town, and all along the Front Range we have bus benches and billboards, and I mean there's going to be all kinds of activities happening, even on television. There'll be some ads running there. Even if folks aren't on those ads, there will also be a website that they can go and get even more stories.
Perfect.
So we're looking for as much as we can get.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So good information
we're excited
and fun
about
project for you guys to be involved in.
Busy, but
wish
fun.
you all the best with it.
We're really keeping our fingers crossed that this will do great things for Greeley.
Very good. I think it will. I think it will. That is going to do it for this edition of Real or Rumor. Thanks for joining us. If you want to see additional episodes, please catch us on GTV8 and watch reruns. You can also catch us on YouTube. So until next time, I'm Cheryl Aragon.
And I'm Amy Freeland. We'll see you then.